Hello guys, welcome to yet another wonderful session of learning with Prepclass. My name is Tutor Olalekon Israel, your Prepclass English tutor, and I am super excited to have you join me in today's session of learning. Now in today's session, we will be answering question 36 to question 40 from the Jamb English 2015 past question. Remember, the purpose of this session is to help you prepare for your forthcoming Jamb examination. So, without wasting much time, take a moment to subscribe to this channel, turn on the post notification so you can be notified whenever we upload any new content. Alright, let's begin. Now, for question 36 to 40, we have an instruction here, and the instruction reads: from questions 36 to 40, choose the options that best completes the gaps. From questions 36 to 40, choose the options that best completes the gaps. Question 36 reads: the officer acted in dash the instruction. The officer acted in dash the instruction. A. The officer acted in accordance by the instruction. B. The officer acted in accordance to the instruction. C. The officer acted in accordance of the instruction. D. The officer acted in accordance with the instruction. So which of these options is the best to complete this gap? Now, the answer to this question is option D, in accordance with. The officer acted in accordance with the instruction. Now, the phrase is according to and in accordance with refer to agreement or conformity with an authority, rules or procedures. I'll go over that again. The phrase is according to and in accordance with refer to agreement or conformity with an authority, rules or procedures. In accordance to is non-standard English, so we use according to and in accordance with. So the option is in accordance with. In accordance with is the best option to fill the gap in this sentence. In accordance to is a non-standard English. It is inappropriate. For example, in accordance with National Hockey League regulations, the player was given a 3-game suspension for slashing. But we cannot say in accordance to. What we say is according to the Farmer's Almanac, it will be sunny this week. According to the long-term weather report, it will be dry. And according to the ache in my arthritic joints, it will rain. So we use according to and in accordance with to mean the same thing. So the answer is accordance with, not accordance to, not accordance by, not accordance of. The officer acted in accordance with the instruction. Alright, moving on, question 37. Remember, we are to select the option that best completes the gap in this sentence. Question 37 reads: he is really very mean. He is really very mean. He dash not lead me to the money I wanted. He dash not lead me to the money I wanted. A. He is really very mean. He should not lead me to the money I wanted. B. He is really very mean. He could not lead me to the money I wanted. C. He is really very mean. He would not lead me to the money I wanted. D. He is really very mean. He won't not lead me to the money I wanted. So which of these options is the best to complete the gap in this sentence? Now, the answer to this question is option C, would. He is really very mean. He would not lead me to the money I wanted. He would not. He's very mean. He would not lead me to the money I wanted. Now, if someone is being mean, they are being unkind to another person. This person is unkind to me. He would not lead me to the money I wanted because he is really very mean. So if someone is being mean, they are being unkind to another person. For example, by not allowing them to do something. This person is not allowing me to get to the money I wanted. He would not lead me to the money I wanted because he is really very mean. So the answer is option C. Alright, moving on, question 38. Remember, we are to select the option that best completes the gap in this sentence. Question 38 reads: each of the houses dash a new look. Each of the houses dash a new look. A. Each of the houses have got a new look. B. Each of the houses have a new look. C. Each of the houses has a new look. D. Each of the houses were given a new look. So, which of these options is the best to complete the gap in this sentence? use each of in a sentence, it should be followed by a plural noun and a singular verb. When we use each of in a sentence, it should be followed with a plural noun and a singular verb. Now, in this sentence, we have each of. After each of, we have a plural noun, which is houses. So a singular verb should be used. Now, the answer to this question is option C, as. As is a singular verb. Remember, when we use each of in a sentence, it should be followed by a plural noun. We have houses, a plural noun, and then a singular verb. As is a singular verb. So the answer is option C. Each of the houses has a new look. Each, that is every of the houses, each of the houses has a new look. As, singular, each is singular. Alright, moving on, question 39. He isn't coming home. Is he? Dash, he isn't. He isn't coming home. Is he? Dash, he isn't. A, yes, he isn't. B, no, he isn't. C, why he isn't. D, no, he isn't. Now, rules that govern question tags. For this question now, when a question is asked and a response is required, when a question is asked and a response is required, no should be followed by a negative response, while yes should go with a positive response. Now, a question is asked in this statement, he isn't coming home. Is he? A response is required. So when a question is asked and a response is required, now he isn't coming home. Is he? A question has been asked and a response is required. Now we say that no should be followed by a negative response, while yes should go with a positive response. Now, looking at what we have on the screen, we have he isn't. He isn't. Isn't is a negative response, so no should be there. So the answer is he isn't coming home. Is he? No, he isn't. No should be followed by a negative response. A positive response is a response without not or anything, while a negative response is a response with either not or anything. Now we have what? A negative response here, he isn't. So we should have no with it. Now the answer is option B, no. He isn't coming home. Is he? No, he isn't. Alright, moving on, question 40. He not only looked after the children when their parents died. He not only looked after the children when their parents died, that sponsored their education to university. A, but also sponsored their education to university. B, also he sponsored their education to university. C, but he sponsored their education to university. D, also sponsored their education to university. Which of these options is the best to complete this sentence? Now, words are said to collocate when they are used regularly together in a language. When words are used regularly together in a language, they are said words to collocate. Now, certain words must go together. Certain words must go together, and if one is used and the other is omitted, the sentence becomes wrong. An example is not only. Whenever we use not only, it should be used with but also. Not only collocates with but also. He not only looked after the children when their parents died, but also sponsored their education to university. So the answer is option A. He not only looked after the children when their parents died, but also sponsored their education to university. This is an example of collocations. Not only collocates with, but also. Alright, and with that, we've come to the end of this wonderful session. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. If you enjoyed this video, click on the like button. Do not forget to drop your questions in the comment section. Also, share this content with your friends and loved ones. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of